Welcome to Pinpoint, Colorado. I'm your host, Rachel Maines. Today, we're at the legendary Brown Palace Hotel, a Colorado icon that's known for its timeless hospitality and unforgettable design. Coming up, I'm joined by hotel manager Alfonso Perez-Vega. Thank you so much, Alfonso, for joining us. I'm so excited to learn more about the Brown Palace Hotel. I've come here to have tea with friends and family, and it's just so iconic here.
It really is. You know, it's a place of tradition and definitely a generational place and a landmark here in Denver. And we are just, so honored just to even be part of this community for, the last 133 years.
133 years. Wow. So you guys give tours, right?
We do. Yeah, we absolutely do. I would say our most popular are haunted tours. Some big news that made a splash here in Denver recently in October is we were named one of the top 10 most haunted hotels in the United States. That's definitely something. And we were actually the only hotel on the list in the state of Colorado, which is something really special. So we started doing haunted tours this last October, and we hosted one every single day. We did it in the evening as soon as the sun started to set, and gave people just a little inside scoop of what we get to experience here on a daily basis. And that was completely sold out, we're lucky to say, and did extremely well. We're excited to bring that back around next October.
What are some of the questions in terms of the tour, besides the haunted that you just started? What are some other things that people are curious about in terms of its history?
Definitely. I would say we love, when available, taking people up to some of our special guest rooms that we have upstairs. We have 3 presidentials here on property, all very specifically themed. Based off of people who actually stayed here historically.
Well, name somebody.
Yeah, so my favorite one is our Eisenhower Suite, which is really, really special upstairs on the 8th floor. The really special thing about that specific room is we really turned it into a museum. It is actually a mini replica of the Oval Office. There is a replica of the Resolute desk. But most importantly, everything that's put up on the walls, all the artwork, is all true, genuine artifacts that we have from during his time here, such as phone directory that he had when he was here, and all of the rooms that he had while he was running for president, as well as his stays as president. And most importantly, there's a letter that he wrote to our general manager at that time, thanking him for all the wonderful times that he has spent here in his presidential letterhead. And we have that letter hanging just right up into the guest room.
Well, that is special. And being a manager yourself, I'm sure you read that a couple times.
I sure have.
I'm sure you've gotten letters yourself.
Yes, I definitely do. More than I think I have in any other place. Just today we were finishing sending up some holiday postcards. And I kind of looked at my desk and had over 20 holiday postcards that I've received from, just regular guests that we've had staying here over the years.
Yeah, because people enjoy learning about the history, and then staying somewhere that's so luxurious and so unique. What are some other comments that people who have stayed here say, this was just so unique and such an unforgettable memory?
We like to use the word timeless a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not only as you kind of enter the hotel itself, but as you get into the rooms, you really do feel kind of as if time had just stopped, 50 plus years ago. And that's something that we really pride ourselves in, right? We want people to have, a all-inclusive experience of Denver, but also kind of bringing them back to that special time that they've had here, especially if it's someone returning or someone who maybe their family has returned to. This is a place that you could come to generation after generation. You're still going to have that very specific experience that you've had.
Right. So walk us through up to the time someone checks in, and then some of the amenities that they can take advantage of as they stay here.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are one of the few hotels now in Denver that do still have a running spa. So full treatment room downstairs, estheticians, nail, hair, everything that you could possibly think of. But really something special that makes Brown Palace one of a kind is we are connected to a underwater well. It runs 750 feet below ground. When we opened, we were the first hotel in the United States with running water, and that was because of that specific well. But that well still works now. and we use it to run both of our water fountains that we have here in the lobby area, as well as our spa. So if you do join the spa, you get to use just our real artisanal well that's 750 feet below our hotel here.
Wow, I'm sure there's some healing benefits to that, you would
Yeah,
think.
yeah, there definitely is. As well as our bees that we have upstairs. We have a colony of 6 bees that we take care of year round. This year, they produced the most amount of honey that we've seen. It was 115 pounds worth of honey.
Wow, just 6 bees?
Yeah, 6 colonies.
Oh, six
Yeah,
colonies.
six
Okay.
colonies.
Yeah.
So we have them upstairs. We have a beekeeper that comes in and takes care of them. And then that's the honey that we utilize in our guest rooms. That's the honey we utilize in our tea, as well
Wow.
as we make custom bath amenities for them in our spa and utilize those in our spa area as well. But all coming directly from just right upstairs, right at the top
Wow,
of the
that
hotel.
is very unique. I have not heard that from a hotel before. And I'm sure you guys are just so proud of that. And that's a unique thing that people from around the world come to the spa for the honey that they can use on their skin and for other things. And also the tea, which is very yummy. Tell us about the tea experience.
Yeah, absolutely. So, tea has been here around since day one. But really has transitioned or transformed over the last 50 years into really what it is now. Right around 40 years ago is when we started serving our tea just down in the Grand Atrium, as you see today. And really, it's turned into something quite special. Our partnership with the Denver Debutantes is what brings us this gorgeous chandelier that we have here hanging just right over the atrium. And because of that chandelier and because of the amazing tea service that our tea servers bring, we have month wait lists for our holiday tea experiences, just as people want to get to experience tea service underneath that beautiful chandelier. But it's a very traditional high tea that we have here downstairs. We fly in the Devonshire cream from England, as we have a great partnership with a local tea maker that creates us over 120 teas that we have downstairs to offer. And 20 of those specifically made just here for the Brown Palace that you can only have here.
Wow. See, I didn't know that there was 20 teas that were only you can have here. That's impressive because I do a lot of high teas with friends and stuff. So that is really, really neat. And having your own unique honey too that's made here.
It really is.
That is very, very special. I like too that you have, piano players that come. How do you, find these artists or how do you vet them?
Yeah, so we have our director of music, who is Mr. John Kite. He has actually been playing the piano here for the last 40 years. 2025 was his 40-year anniversary that he's been here.
Congratulations to him.
But he has spent those last 40 years playing both down in our atrium as well as Ship's Tavern. We do have live music here every single day. And on the weekends, we'll have in 3 different locations have live music playing.
Yeah.
Something that makes the Brown Palace so special. If you're up in the guest rooms or the moment you walk through the door, you'll hear either our piano playing, a harpist, or our live jazz if you're here in the evening. Something quite special, but he handles and curates all of the music that we use. And it's all local artists that we have here that we get to employ.
Yeah, how special. That's very wonderful. Now tell me about, the behind the scenes in terms of being an employee here and what that is like. I'm sure that this is just an unforgettable experience for people who are in the hospitality industry to get a job here at the Brown Palace Hotel. What are some of the things that your employees say to you?
I think the number one thing is just how proud they are. Right. This has to be of all the hotels that I personally worked at, where we have the most longevity in our associates. In Ship's Tavern, we have someone this year that just celebrated their 65-year work anniversary.
Wow.
65 years of working here at the Brown Palace. Tea servers, for instance, the last time we had to hire a tea server was 12 years ago. We have not had any openings since then. And the average tenure of our tea servers is right around 25 years right now. This is truly a place where people feel so prideful and feel ownership to come in and work every day.
Yeah.
Not only is that something that I feel we see with the associates, but also with just the community overall.
Right.
This is such a special place for Denver. Our associates have stories of how their families have brought them here before, and what the Brown Palace has meant to them, not only working here, but before then, right? And the history that they have, or the impact that it's made to, a local school or a local organization that they're connected to.
Right.
So it's pride. what brings them in every single day, and again, what makes this place so special, because without them, none of this would be possible.
Yeah, with people being employed here for so long, you do feel like family. And I'm sure you have guests, recurring guests every year that you see that and you ask them about, hey, how's your dog? And are your grandkids? So tell us about that.
Yeah, just even today we have Henry, which is our hotel mascot. He is a golden retriever. He's 9 years old. He's a real dog. And he gets to stop by the hotel about once a month and surprise us. And today was one of those days. So we got to see Henry. We actually have a Henry plush that we sell downstairs, as well as a history book for Henry. And that is, something that that Deborah Faulkner, who is our historian, used to create, to tell the story of the Brown Palace a little bit easier to children.
Yeah.
But it is a real life dog, and owned by one of our hotel guests here. But again, it's family. It's not just a standard guest that comes. Everyone that comes through these doors are now part of history.
Yeah.
They're part of the Brown Palace. Even if it's just a one stay or multiple stays, you will forever be part of the Brown Palace history.
Right, and change for sure.
Absolutely.
Do you have a specific memory as a hotel manager of being changed, or something that's really, you'll just be a timeless memory forever? Even when you'll retire, you'll always remember, oh, I remember that day working at the Brown Palace. This is just a real special memory.
I think it has to be the 38th annual Champagne Cascade. That is something that we do here every November. We just did the 38th annual, and it was my first time being here present for it. But it's not only the meaning of, getting to do this grand party for our guests and for the community. It's much deeper than that, and it's the connection that we are making to the community. So for instance, this year we partnered with Mount St. Vincent, which is a hospital here, 501c, that specifically focuses on adolescent youth, those who are in foster care or within the system.
Yeah.
This year we partnered with them for our Champagne Cascade, and we're able to raise $32,000 for them. And this is, again, something that we do on a yearly basis, but every year work with a new organization, a way for us to continue building our footprint within the community, even after 133 years.
Yeah.
But also another way for us to get to learn more about our guests, about the community, about Denver, and how we can support them.
Right. Because you guys are an icon here in Denver, but also changing Denver as well as being part of the community. So the people who are listening right now, they want to know, well, how do I, book for a tea appointment if I want to stay here? Can you give those details to them?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say best place is going to be brownpalace.com. Actually, on December 29th, we have a brand new website coming in, something we've been working for over a year since I've joined. And we really work to have everything in a one-stop shop. You'll be able to see all of our events, all of the musicians. We even actually added our musician bios into that website as well. So you get to learn a little bit deeper history of who you're going to be listening to if you come into property, as well as all of our events, our spa, and our guest rooms, and all of the food and beverage outlets that we have here on property.
Well, wonderful. Well, I know our listeners are just really excited now to come down to the Brown Palace and learn even more and book a tour. That's something I'd like to do. So, Alfonso, thank you so much. Thank you for all the hard work you're doing here and making this place truly timeless and very hospitable and unforgettable.
Thank you so much. Definitely a pleasure.
My thanks to Alfonso Perez-Vega and the team at the Brown Palace Hotel for a great conversation and a behind-the-scenes look at one of Denver's true icons. For Pinpoint, Colorado, I'm your host, Rachel Maines. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time.